However, we have them there.
Oh, I have a lot to say though.
Me too.
I'm just kidding.
And also Kelly's on, because Kelly's going to do
Is on, and Stephanie probably.
Stephanie, she said I will be online.
Yeah.
What about
Yeah.
Melissa? Where's Melissa? Melissa is not.
Oh, there's Kelly.
Oh, hi.
Oh, good. Come off of mute. Let's hear you for a second. Oh, good. We heard you.
You heard me? Okay, good.
Oh, beautiful. It's working. Oh,
I'm sorry I'm not there. I wish I was.
I had a Guinness ready for you.
Ah,
Oh,
I can't even tell you. Like yesterday, I was just
I'm
like,
so
this is the
sorry.
most disappointing St. Patty's Day ever.
yeah.
Except that my house closed.
There's always next year, Kelly.
Exactly.
And Stephanie must be there too, eh? Should I go and get a bottle?
I should get water for you guys.
No, there's water there. Do you want one?
Oh, thank you. That's very kind.
A lot to say.
We're gonna talk from anything that Jen wanted to say, and we have to say, right? Because she's not here, so we have to participate for her.
Oh, you just participate for you. Yes.
From there, I just suggested we just put it next week, so that Jen can talk for us.
Because you know that at family reunion, it's not on yet, eh? At family reunion, I bought things with Keller Williams on it, you see?
Yes,
Like I
yes.
have some things already, but so I have a coffee mug, the coffee mug that we got. And I go to this thing once a week where there's 60 women and I lose my coffee mug. And I think it's a Yeti with Keller Williams on it. And I'm going, I've lost my mug. So I go back to where I went and they said, Megan, we knew it was yours because it's got Keller Williams. This is why I go this way.
Yes.
I know. This is why.
Okay.
All right, so I think we're waiting on Stephanie to hop in. And then we're gonna get going soon.
Pardon?
That's nice that you brought those guys today.
Yeah, I thought it's some kind of a party or ceremony
Yeah,
that we
an
can just add
exception.
some people, maybe.
And it was nice, a different culture, a different group. It was really nice. Yeah. And you're gonna set up meetings for me to meet with them next week or the following week.
Well, next week is the 31st, right? It's only
Oh
12.
yeah, we bring them there.
Yeah.
I think we're good.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask.
Say something to Kelly's and.
To that event. That's
bringing
great. That's a great idea.
Can I say something to say, hey, Kelly?
Not already.
Okay.
Yeah, we've tested.
Yeah, okay.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, and one other thing. Yeah, we're gonna do this next week because we have a new printer coming in. Oh. So it makes no sense to do a drive. Okay. We have a new drive. Okay. I think you could help me to print.
Is this being recorded?
It is.
Okay, good. I'll have you lock the door and then we will start. Oh, we still got it. Less than a minute. We look in there, and that's your mic that you're using, the mic on the table. When they speak, Kelly, can you hear without them picking up the mic?
Yeah, if you kind of turn away from it, it gets a little bit quieter, but if you're both kind of looking towards it, you're good.
Okay. So Megan, hello, Steph. Awesome. Well, let's hear you to make sure.
Hi, guys.
Okay, good. Yes, we can hear you. So Megan, could you say something so we make sure they can hear us?
It's so nice to be here. Got lots to share.
Good. And Orchid?
Yes, I've got a lot to share too.
Or gets a little bit quieter, so maybe when she talks, move it just a little bit closer to her.
We just pick up the mic when we talk.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah. Perfect. All right, guys, it is 2:00 and we have an appointment at 2:00. Can we begin? It's funny because I use this is something that I learned from Bold, saying, whatever the time is, we have an appointment, can we begin? And I've used that now in every aspect of my life. And it reminds people of how punctual you are, because most real estate agents aren't punctual. And when you show up to a listing appointment and say, oh, it's 5 o'clock, we have a 5 o'clock appointment. Is it okay for us to begin now? You're subconsciously reminding them that, I'm going to keep my word. So welcome to today's family reunion recap panel. I know we have some of you online, we have some of you in the room here. And our commitment is, even if we had one person online or one person in the room, we're still going to deliver this, because the message and the information that we got from family reunion, we want to make sure that is passed on. And if one other person gets this message and implement it into their business, we know they're going to grow. So ultimately, family reunion poured into us, and now we're pouring into as many people as possible so we can all grow. So thank you, our panelists, for being here. We have Kelly all the way from Ireland. Give us a wave, Kelly. And Stephanie. Hello, Stephanie. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good, thanks.
Fantastic. Then we have Orchid. Welcome.
Welcome everybody to the panel.
Yes. And of course, we have Megan. So we're going to jump right into this, and we're going to go with the first question. What is one moment at family reunion that stuck with you?
Jump right in. For me, Keller Williams Canada organized an event, and it was an axe throwing event. And I had been to other family reunions before, and I loved this event. It was a team building exercise, in my view. And it was the first family reunion where I went to a Keller Williams Canada event where I thought, okay, this is a value added event. It wasn't just going to a restaurant and eating something. It was something where we were put into a vulnerable space, doing something fun, but able to network at the same time. And I think there's potential in the future for more of that kind of thing at family reunion. It was great.
Wow. Thank you very much, Megan. Orchid?
Yes, I just joined, shall I take this?
Yes, please.
I just joined Keller Williams, and it was wonderful to see everybody there. It was basically my first time seeing all the ladies, and they were all very welcoming, and it was like very supportive, and it felt like I knew everybody from way before. I was very anxious when I was actually leaving, because it was my first time meeting a lot of people, and in Atlanta, not just in the office. So, but everybody was so kind to me, and it really stood out, because I felt like these are all my friends from years before. And then I went to the event. Interestingly enough, like the event showed me that this kindness and supportiveness is basically the culture of Keller Williams. Everybody is so supportive. You see thousands of agents from all over the world coming together for success, for upgrade, for update, and to actually support each other. Everybody was like family, really, it was like a family. And it really inspired me this way, that I am in a good place. This really stood out for me.
Oh, thank you very much, Orchid, and welcome again.
Thank you.
Kelly, what moment stood out for you at family reunion?
Yeah, I think I'll kind of echo Orchid, just like seeing the Keller Williams kind of culture in person, and extending from that, learning a little bit more that culture is a little bit afraid of bad language. So I'm going to preface this today with, I apologize if I use any bad language. That was definitely a bit of an eye-opener. I'm like, oh, I talk like this every day. Apparently people don't like that. But yeah, just like, again, it was super welcoming. Everybody, yeah, it was lovely. It stuck with me that just like, I think I'm in the right place. And also I think I've said this to Jen specifically, but like, it really reinforced that like our office is doing things right, because so many of the sessions I went to or things I heard, I'm like, Jen's told me this, or Dylan's, like I've heard this in the trainings that I've had in the last 6 months. Like it really reinforced that you guys are doing something right, because it was not in a repetitive way, but it was just really, really enlightening. It's like this extends everywhere, and I'm getting it like at home every day. So that was really, really nice.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Stephanie, it's one moment at family reunion that really stuck with you.
It's hard to narrow it down to one moment, that's for sure, because it was a whirlwind of information and experience overall. Gary Vee was, yes, amazing. Excuse me. And it definitely made us realize that we are in a new time and new perspective in business right now. Yes, he got on stage and, he was cursing, but he got his message across and really to let us know that we need to stand out for ourselves instead of copying everybody else. So that was one thing, spending time with our team family for sure, growing those bonds. And often, like with me being up north, is I just meet everybody usually on video or through team meetings online and stuff. So it was so nice to spend those couple of days and, throw our ideas back and forth to each other. And one thing that really stuck for me was the shift from work life balance to work life integration. And that was a very big key for me that how I manage my energy, and I'm in charge of that as the CEO of my business, and to adapt that into my business. So that's something that I really took away from there.
Oh, well said. And it's funny because if we were to put all of that together, things that stuck out is just being authentic and you're the CEO of your business, the networking and the event, the culture, and it's that reinforcement that you're in the right place. So that is what I noted from each and every one of you so far. So, Stephanie, I'll stay with you for this question. What is your biggest idea you brought home, and what problem has this solved in your business?
Again, the main thing that I brought home is just all around my visibility. Am I visible in my business in the right areas? I often struggle with, comparing to others, thinking that because that's what they're doing, it's what I need to do as well. And really, you want to create your own format. And really, the message that was given to us is your visibility and message that you're putting out there, can somebody copy it and just reuse it? Or are you being a unique individual? Are you being you that everybody, if they see that certain aspect, that they're just going to refer it to myself? So that was something huge that I brought home that I've been working on since I got back. Knowing, everybody's searching for answers on Google and YouTube and social media. YouTube, I didn't realize was still such a big impactor. So definitely, focusing my visibility there, because that, is there's all these new social platforms that come out, but YouTube is, one that is sticking. So just sticking with that and yeah, making sure I'm me and not trying to be somebody else.
Oh, well said. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Megan.
I would say the same thing as what Stephanie said. And so much of this family reunion, the focus was on how we show up online. In fact, the whole of one day was given to this, and I don't like being online. I dislike it intensely, and when I heard that it was going to be a whole day of this, I thought, do I even want to go? And I went, and the challenge to me personally is that I need to be much more intentional and focused online, and it needs to be tied to who I am. Who am I? Who am I as Megan? Because if I show up as Megan, AI can't replace me. I need to be Megan. And how do I show up? And what do I have to say? And who are my people? And how do I find my people online? And so it was very challenging. There were many takeaways besides that. Many. I looked through my notes. There were many takeaways, but that really stood out for me.
Okay, thank you so much. So with being intentional and you attracting your tribe, now what problem is that solving in your business right now?
So what I've chosen to do, that if I have changed, it doesn't look like it from somebody looking at my social media, at my Instagram, but I have completely rethought about how I show up to Instagram. I have deliberately made changes with who do I connect with online? What do I have to say? I have very strong political and social views, and I realize that I'm not going to say many of those things on platform. It's not the space to do that. And to be very thoughtful about where I go online and what do I say and what do I do, and does it reflect what I want to be as an agent, and does it support what I do in person? Because as an agent, I'm not just online, I'm in person, and they need to be seamless. They need to be one and the same person. So it has changed that. I realized that I was way too random especially on Instagram and Facebook, very random, and I'm not going to be so random anymore.
Thank you so much. So what we're hearing here is visibility and being intentional. And I think it's either both Megan and Stephanie mentioned that if you are using AI to replace you, then AI will replace you. But if you're being authentic in your business, there's no one or any artificial intelligence can replace you. And I love what you said there, Stephanie. If all your marketing, I can strip it and replace my face and use it in New Market here or Aurora, it means your marketing is not unique and you're speaking to everyone. And if you're speaking to everyone, ultimately you're speaking to no one. So thank you so much for that. Orchid, next question for you. Since Family Reunion ended, what is the most valuable change you've actually implemented in your business?
One big theme in Family Reunion for me was adaptability. So we heard a lot that how AI and digital marketing and changing consumer behavior is actually reshaping the business. I mean, I'm looking at it on the other side. I mean, the other side of what Megan and Steffi was saying. So I think that although all these are reshaping our business, and they were telling us this, but the thing that stood out for me was that they weren't, it wasn't about fear of all AI and digital marketing and, consumer behavior and all that. It was all about opportunity. So the agents the opportunity is there for the agents who really adapt themselves to all the technology and move forward. So the adaptability is a big thing, although AI cannot replace you, but these are all what we have now in hand to adapt ourselves to and move on to the next level. It actually brought me back to when internet was first, appeared actually. I remember I was a teenager, so it was a big adaptability. We had to, computer itself was new. And now we have to, all the DOS and Windows and all that. And now we had to get adapted or used to using internet. And I remember that people at first used to say, please, at that time it was Alta Vista or Yahoo, it wasn't Google. And it was like, please give me this, or please search this for me. They thought that they have to say please. And that's exactly what's now happening with AI.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was it.
Okay, thank you so much, dear Orchid. Kelly, same question. Since Family Reunion ended, what is the most valuable change you've actually implemented?
So again, continue along the AI theme, but in a slightly different angle, is I've actually, I said, been more selective in my use of AI than I was. Like, I think I was relying on it because I lacked self-confidence in, what I was putting out there and what I thought I knew, all that kind of stuff. And it really made me realize, like, there's a place for it, and absolutely there's a value to the tools, and I'm using them, but it's not necessarily giving me a better voice. It's not improving the things that I think, again, we're going to say authenticity and intention, like it's not serving authenticity and intention. So I've really made quite a deliberate choice to change how I use it. You know, I'm not asking for like copy suggestions anymore if I'm doing social media and stuff. It's like it's more real if I just use my own voice because it has yet to be able to replicate that in a way that I like in any way. So yeah, it's really just been about like finding trust in my own voice and using that, putting it out there in my emails and social media and whatever communication it is. And it's definitely feels more real and authentic to me already. So yeah.
So what I'm hearing here is adaptability and also being selective and using this as a tool, just like any carpenter would have many tools on his belt. You're now using AI as a tool and you're not using that tool for everything. You're being selective. What I can tell you that I took away there was Substack. I'd never heard of Substack before. And having, I think it was one of our morning breakfasts, Megan mentioned using my newsletter to now put on Substack. And I started doing that over the last couple of weeks. I've already have a ton of subscribers to it. And I was like, oh my gosh, here are now strangers reading this. And here is something that it would have never crossed my mind. Gary Vee mentioned it on stage, and this just becomes another platform. I've also now mentioned it to my kids because they're both writers and they write beautiful stories. I was like, all right, start posting your stories up here. And eventually you can start charging a subscription for people to subscribe and receive. Without Family Reunion, I would have never known about this. It would have never crossed my mind. But now Substack is something that I brought back into our business. And as we continue to tell our story to other real estate agents who are going through different seasons of their career, that message is going to be evergreen.
I think
Yeah,
I
sorry.
want to say something to that is that, you know, it is a very big rah kind of event. But the takeaway for me is that there are 10,000 or however many people were in that room, and every agent for the most part has spent the money to be there. And they're there because they're committed to honing their skills and being stretched as a person. So all of us are really talking about how we were stretched. And the two things that the agents at Family Reunion are committed to. First of all, it's engaging in accountability. And the second one is really allowing themselves to learn new things and to grow with new things. And I mean, all of us have said that we learn new things and to be committed to do that on an ongoing basis. It's not just Family Reunion.
Yeah.
You know?
And I can't remember who said it, but a mind stretch can never go back to being the same. And because you're in a room where you're hearing and people are doing new things, naturally, you come back, it stretches your mind, and you come back and you look at your business and you're a different person. Any other comments before we move on to the next question here?
Just really quickly, I will say one thing that really stuck with me that Gary Vee said that again I'm trying to implement is like when it comes to social media, just put stuff out there. Like followers and likes don't necessarily matter anymore like they used to. Like if you put it out there, that is going to be it's content that AI is pulling from in the future when people are asking questions. Like just start doing it in whatever way, shape, or form. And if you start now, it's going to carry on down the line and you're building a history of trust with the AI tools that people are going to be asking for help in the future. So really just do stuff online and it's going to benefit your business in the long run.
Well said, because you're building that catalog right now so AI can pull from, and you're building that trust. And Gary Vee has said this many times, you know, don't create, just document. You're not a creator. He's like, just document your day. So you're wondering, what should I post? I'm at a potluck today. I'm going to document that. I'm in a training session. I'm learning. I did not go to Family Reunion. However, I'm learning things that were discussed at Family Reunion. So now I can serve my clients even better. And you document your day, you're going to find you have so much content. Because a lot of the times we try to create, like, what should I create? Just document. All right. So this question is for everyone on the panel. What measurable results have you seen from within the last 3 weeks based on your implementation and what you've learned from family reunions. So what measurable results have you seen over the last 3 weeks? Kelly, we'll start with you, then we'll go to Stephanie.
Um, I I think for me, it's just been more conversations, be it online, in person. The whole thing just gave me more confidence, and there was maybe some people I was hesitating to reach out to or hesitating to ask that question of, how, like not literally, how can you help me? How can I help you? How can we just talk? So I think definitely my conversations have 100% increased in the last few weeks.
Beautiful. Steph?
Absolutely the same thing. My engagement in conversations, I have better quality conversations when I connect. I focus on, being clear, simple, and helpful. It's helped me feel more confident. I've had three situations since I've returned how I've stood up for myself, my time, and respected and valued my time as the CEO of my company. So, which is leading to more, quality in my business and consistency with communication with my clients. And I was always scared to do that. I always would say yes, yes, yes to everybody. And with fear that, they would move on to somebody else. But you know what? After I have stood up and voiced myself, they didn't move on. They didn't, ignore me and go away. They respected me more because I valued my business and myself. And they knew that I was doing it to protect them. So, it was a breath of fresh air after, and it was just, learning that confidence around everybody and learning to respect your time because you are the one that's in control for it. And putting that into test and seeing the results from it was just, so much progress already. So.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. Orchid.
So, oh, okay. Yeah, I keep forgetting.
That's
Sorry.
okay.
So one of the strongest messages for me came from Gary Keller
Yep.
himself in the Vision Talk. So he actually said that although the market shifts and like loans and mortgages, they will, follow and all that, but the fundamentals of our business never change. And he explained the fundamental of the business relationship and real value that you bring to your relationships. That was really nice because my own business is based on repeat and referrals. I'm not that much visible online ever because I was one of the fortunate ones who I always had my clients either come back to me or refer me to their friends. And when I heard about AI and all that, I was panicking. But in the Vision Talk, he said that relationship is the base, and those agents who are successful are the people who meet people all the time. They are actually in the community, whether it's online or between, like among people, telling them stories about what the experience, their experiences, and let them relate to those experiences. And that was actually really good. It was like a stress on what I was doing, and I was doing it right. So and I'm just continuing that because like according to stats, I guess it's over 80% of the agents' transactions are still based on repeat and referrals.
Yeah.
So that actually was a confirmation too. So I came back and I went through all my CRM and my relationships, and I started to make that stronger. That's what I did.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much. Megan, what's one measurable result you've seen from the last 3 weeks?
I think for me, it's been a mental thing. Donald Miller, one of the speakers, spoke about how we need to allow our clients to be the heroes in the story, and we are the guides. And so and a guide comes alongside their clients and clearly has, and with confidence shows, yes, you care about your clients, but you have a plan to help them get to the next step. And sometimes we care so much that we communicate that we don't actually really have a plan. And so in the last number of weeks, I've been communicating clearly to my clients, I can help you. I have a plan, and here is my plan. And because of that, I've signed 2 listings and 2 buyer rep agreements. And I think it is tied to that confidence. I can help you, and we can do this. And we have a plan. I have a plan to guide you. And I think it's building that confidence. Donald Miller was amazing. If you can find his books and his pieces online, he was really good about just telling a story in a simple way.
Thank you so much, Megan. Donald Miller is one of my favorites. I've heard Donald Miller speak many times, and I know the message of the idea of what his message was. So to have it receive at family reunion like that, it was so impactful. What I'm hearing, that measurable results that came back with more conversations and listings signed there. So with that, we also know more contacts equal more contracts. So the more people that we're talking to, we're going to sign more contracts, and more people are going to choose to work with us. And whether that is us from family reunion, it was able to impact our psychology, which we can now stand in a room and we can say, I'm the best candidate for you, regardless of who you're going up against. Because I think it was said the number one reason clients choose the realtor is based on confidence. And if you're not sure in what to do to raise your confidence, just stand in front of the mirror in the Superman pose or the Superwoman pose. Naturally, by doing that for 2.5 minutes, your testosterone rises in both men and women. Just stand in front of the mirror, hands on your hip. I'm Superwoman, I'm Superman. And your confidence rises just naturally doing that. Most people, when they're going to a listing, they have that pump up music to really get their mindset going, whether it's Eye of the Tiger or whatever you listen to. If that gets you into the zone to make you realize, yeah, I'm good at what I do and I'm one of the best in the industry, do that, because naturally that raises your confidence as well. But I love that we're hearing it's just the measurable impact. We're having more conversations.
Yeah, and then just to go back to the Instagram thing, I've had 3 things happen to me in the last couple of weeks. First is that somebody who I really don't know very well asked me through Instagram if she could go out for a coffee with me. And I've never had anybody do that. And then I had 2 people that I have not spoken to for a very long time call me about something that I had posted. And I've not had that happen before, because it's about showing up as Megan. It's Megan. They want Megan. They don't want somebody else. And I think that that has been the wake-up call. It's just that we're showing up in every way just as ourselves to help people.
I'm looking forward to having you speak at the next family reunion, because with the impact that you have in your business already, it's outstanding. All right. So this question, what is one idea you've heard that made you think, I know I should do that, but you haven't been doing it? Orchid, let's start with you.
Yeah, I actually heard, I don't know who was talking about it, but it was like when they were talking about AI and digital marketing, they said that it was, I think it was Gary Vee, maybe. It was, he said that it was 7 platforms that you have to have account in. And well, I don't. So I didn't even know there were 7 platforms. Yes, now I have been doing that, and that really helped me in, in researching and finding new stuff to tell my clients, because when you want to open an account, you have to, educate yourself on a lot of stuff. And specifically, he said that LinkedIn is one of the most successful ones, that I never thought of it. Because nowadays, people who go on LinkedIn, they are professionals, or they do have money, or, they are specific people. It's not like Instagram everybody is on. So, yeah.
Well said. Thank you so much. Megan, what is one idea you heard that made you think, I know I should do that, but I really didn't want to?
Oh, I hate Instagram. I don't want to share my family's personal life. I don't want to do it, and I hate it, and I don't like it, and I realize now that's actually 99% a mindset issue. It's mindset. It's got nothing else except to do with mindset. So I just need to get my head straight.
Thank you. And thank you for being authentic and real there, right? Kelly,
Yeah, same with Megan. Hate social media, but need to do it. Um, Also, just like one of the sessions was, I think that we're almost all of us were at was the Are You Invisible Online? And it was a lot of talk about the back end of all these platforms and what's happening and how that impacts, again, all of these other things. So, just making sure like your business details are consistent across every platform, like even when it comes to like Google Maps and Apple Maps, if there's a slight difference in the information, you're going to get punished for that when it comes to searches. And there, like, I have so many other examples of, like how fast does your website load? That's going to also punish you. So just making sure that the backend stuff is right, which is a lot of tech stuff, which is sucky. So yeah, that's something I don't want to do, but kind of learned is actually critical. Like everything else we're talking about, if the backend's not working, it's not necessarily going to make a difference. So yeah.
okay. Thank you so much. Stephanie, what's one thing you heard at family reunion that you know you should be doing, but you were hesitant?
Definitely YouTube videos. I'm always like terrified of doing those, knowing that that's where everybody's going and looking. I do videos very minimal. It's like I'm terrified that, I'm gonna say the wrong thing. And it's like, oh my God, that's like out there on video for everybody to access. So, but now with my confidence, and I know, it's doing videos for content that I'm comfortable with. It doesn't have to be something outside of my comfort zone. So that's something I know, getting those videos out there and onto YouTube and whether it just be an experience or, I'm doing sponsoring a free skate this Friday for March break. So doing a video for that, that's, getting yourself out there. So I know I should be doing it. So I'm getting confident to start doing more of those for sure.
And it's never creating, it's just documenting.
That's right.
And like Orchid mentioned, LinkedIn, it's a huge opportunity. LinkedIn is the Facebook of all professionals. And I came back after that and I told both my kids, I was like, I need you guys having your LinkedIn account up and ready for me to review it within the next week because they're entrepreneurial in their artwork. And if you want to be a business owner and taken serious out there, you want to have a LinkedIn account. And it could just be reposting articles. It could be, you might think, what do I post on LinkedIn? Whatever you're posting on Facebook, Instagram, just post it on LinkedIn. And it just starts to get your message out and people get to realize who you are. All right. This question now is for Stephanie and Megan. What is one standard you're raising in your business after family reunion?
Stephanie, you go first.
For sure. I'm raising my standard on consistency, especially with follow-up communication, how I show up for my clients and my business. Not waiting for things to be perfect, just showing up consistently. You don't always have the exact answer at that time. We can't just have the perfect property listed for what somebody's looking for at that moment. One thing that was said there at the reunion as well was, I can't remember who said it, but you can't always perform 100%. Maybe one day you can only do 20%, but if you do that 20% for that day, that is your 100%. And that's something, that I'm really pushing in my business that, I can't do 100% every day, but if I do what I'm able to do that day, then that is my 100%.
Beautiful. Thank you.
For me, it's to get out of my house and into my community every day and show up from a place of contribution, and to get online every day, something, like just something, to consistently do it every day, to find my people. And it's very easy to just stay at home, hide away, but this is a contact sport. So
Yes, real estate is a contact sport, and the only way we can make contact is if we were to get out of our houses.
you know,
Right? We get out of our house, we talk to more people. The more contacts we make, the more contracts we'll write. It's that simple. That was the only reason I went from door knocking to cold calling. Because in the 3 hours, I will talk to about 30 people at the doors. I knew on the phone I was talking to 100 people during that 3 hours. And that's the only reason I switched from door knocking to cold calling. More contacts equals more contracts. And that was a formula that I learned very early on in real estate. And it's still relevant and just so important for today. We were to get out, we stay consistent, we stay disciplined. And discipline is doing what you don't want to do, like if you love doing it. That is discipline. And we come from contribution where we help as many people as possible achieve their goals. We're going to achieve our goals. It's that simple.
and there was something else that on the first day they spoke about something called the silver tsunami. And the idea is that in the next 20 years, there is going to be a huge movement of wealth through my generation. You can see my gray hair, hence the silver tsunami. And basically, I think the statistic was that 70% of all transactions will have a boomer involved somewhere. Either boomer is involved in selling a parent's home, or the boomer is involved in giving their children money to help them buy their first home, or they're selling their own home and they're downsizing, or they're investing, but they are sitting with huge money. And the thing at family reunion that was clear was it is going to happen. My generation is going to get older and it is going to die. It's not maybe it'll happen, it is going to happen. And the challenge was, how do I connect with my generation? Where are they? Who are they? And what are they interested in? And where will I find them? And so that's really going to be my focus.
Oh, that
is to be absolutely focused, because they are sitting there. They are sitting there. Right now, my generation is sitting in their homes and they're not moving, but they cannot live there forever. They will not be able to. And so they're going to want to maybe give kids money, help with early inheritances. They are going to do something. And if I could give anything away to the people in Keller Williams is, don't dismiss the baby boomers in your life. Mm-hmm. Don't dismiss them. They are involved with the first-time home buyers. They're involved with the retirees. They are everywhere. And so.
Yeah, the silver tsunami, that was a course. I think it was on the first day. I think it was like 8:30 or 9 o'clock was that course. And it's a reminder that any of your clients that you're working with, start finding out, is there a relative, a parent that might need my support that I can help now? Start positioning yourself to help this generation, because like Megan says, the largest transfer of wealth will happen within the next 15 to 20 years. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's coming. They own all the mansion, all of the big real estate, they own all of it. And they're going to be passing that on soon. And they are helping their kids or their grandkids, is the bank of mom and dad.
Or their parents.
There you go.
Yeah.
Or their parents.
Yeah.
So it's something for us to really, if we were to make that now a niche in our business, you can live the rest of your life there. Just focus on that. Now, we'll go to the next question, and this is for Orchid and Kelly. What is one habit you're committing to for the next 30 days that will directly create more appointments?
Oh, I know that. So, yes, Gary Vee talked about how in today's world, people don't choose their real estate agents based on a sales lawn, a sales sign on a lawn, and that they want to see three things. They want to see someone they trust, they want someone who they see them, and they want someone who they connect. So it was these three that really stood out. And I think that to do all this, you have to be in the community. You have to, again, going back to the story, you have to connect with people through the specific stories. I mean, you have to be quite smart to pick the story that really relates to what that specific crowd or that people's or your sphere need to hear to be able to relate. For example, they are first-time home buyers. You can tell them a lot of stories about yourself when you were just starting buying houses and all that. And as Megan just mentioned, about hero, that they are the hero, the people who are the purchasers or the listings or the sellers, those people are the hero, and we are the guide and basically the brain behind it, who are going to help them. So yes, I'm trying to do some more connectivity, especially in community, because I have a lot of people around me, but I'm not always present in the community. So the community work, volunteer work, and all that, this is what I'm going to do and start doing.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
And like you said, people like them, and they know that they can trust you, and you see them. My realtor sees me and understands me,
Yes.
and that empathy where I'm selling your home and I expect you to do the list of 100 things. I know what it's like, and I understand that us doing this will get you the most money possible, and you're able to empathize with them as that pain that they're going through. They're going to trust you. Who was it, Kelly or
It's
Stephanie?
me.
Yeah, Kelly, yes.
I feel like everyone's stealing all my answers.
Did it.
Yeah, I mean, again, I agree. I agree with what everyone's saying. I think for me, and it's like more of a personal thing, but I think like consistency is just what I need to commit to. And like literally, if I don't write it down, it doesn't exist. That's just the way my brain works. And I need to acknowledge and embrace that more and make sure that like, I'm a nighttime journal. I've done that for a while now and been very consistent with it. And I've sort of added a morning aspect to that now. And I have a specific list of like questions I ask myself and setting myself up for the day and what's going to happen. And I think that's what's going to set me up to, get more appointments, get more success, is just being consistent with the things that I know work for me. And yeah, and then just echoing everything else everyone else said. Just showing up as myself.
Thank you so much, Kelly. We can't ask you to be anyone else but yourself. And the moment you continue to show up as yourself, you're going to attract more people, because you are attracting the people. Our life experiences has allowed us to lead the people that we once were. So now your mess can become a message for everyone else around you. And for me, what I got from that, and I've committed to since family reunion, was every day I wake up, I pick 3 things that I'm going to accomplish that day, regardless of where the day goes. Because some days it can go in different direction. But here are the 3 things that I'm going to accomplish. So regardless where it goes, at the end of the day, when I'm about to lay my head on my pillow, I can say today was a good day because I accomplished these things. And some of it are like simple things. It might be 1 big thing and 2 small things. Some days there are like all 3 big things that I have to get done. However, by me doing that, I go to bed every night now knowing that today was a good day and I won. And by me winning every day, I'm going to win the week. By me winning every week, I'm going to win the month. And I win every month, I'm definitely going to win the year. So that is what I've started to do since family reunion. And now we share that as a family as we're having dinners at night. Okay, what are the 3 things you accomplished? And it's just good to see that spread with everyone in the house because now you're feeling accomplished at the end of the day.
In the group of people that you see around your family reunion, the thing that strikes me is that, you know, for the most part, people are very ordinary. Very, very ordinary from a little town in Idaho. Very ordinary agents, but most are committed to accountability.
Mhm.
And it's the thing I personally hate. I don't want to have to answer for anything. So after Bold in the fall, I had an accountability agreement with a lady, another agent in our office. And we talk every Monday morning at 8:30 and we say to each other what we will do with our week. And then on Friday morning, we talk about, okay, did we do what we said we would do? And I hate it, but I love it. Because on Wednesday, I'm going, oh my gosh, I need to get it done. We need each other. We
Yeah.
need each other.
Well said. Last question. What is one thing you're excited about in your business right now that you weren't clear on before family reunion? Orchid, we'll start with you, then we'll go to Stephanie, Kelly, then Megan.
Yeah, the relationship actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm very happy that I have a lot of relationships and I have that there, as Gary Keller said, and I can just work on it and make it even broader with community work and all that. I really like to build my clients on relationships rather than digital marketing. That is me, but I know I have to adapt. That's what the one thing that I learned. But and I'm trying. But the relationship that I used to have when I went to this family reunion, I now know that this relationship is actually the base of every success. And I'm happy to continue with that and even put some more emphasis on that.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Orchid.
That's awesome.
Stephanie.
I'm excited absolutely for the relationships that I built while I was there. The outpouring of knowledge that was provided to us. I remember Megan said before we left, she said it's going to be like drinking from a fire hose, and it was absolutely that. You know, just learning, like you said, like Substack and all, like the resources that are available to us that we don't even realize are out there, and hearing other people's experiences. So, implementing that into our business. And so we're surrounding ourselves with people with all that knowledge that'll help us keep all of our opportunities in place, our techniques in place that we want to implement in our business, because we can't always do it alone. So if you surround yourself with people that can help you keep all that into place, you'll definitely be successful. So I'm excited. My confidence has grown already. So starting to feel more like a veteran than a newbie for sure.
You're a veteran. Kelly.
She's a CEO of her business.
That's right. Yeah.
I think for me there was just a lot, I got there and everyone was like, you need to have a focus. And like I kind of went into the weekend with like, I'm just looking to absorb everything. That's kind of how I take everything on. And it really did bring home for me like, okay, I do need a focus. And I think now like I know what I want my clients to look like. I know what I want my business to look like. I know what I want my place in this industry to be. That I think, I've spent a lot of the last 6 months like figuring that part out, and it really just helped me get clarity around those things. I'm certainly not at a point where I'm going to be turning people away, but I know long term like who I want to attract and who I want to work with, and I want to get to the point where like I can make those choices and surround myself with like-minded people or people who challenge me in positive ways, and all the good stuff. Like I just want to be with good people doing good work, doing good things. Like that it definitely got me excited for that.
It's funny choosing your avatar. And
Yeah.
I had a conversation with an agent, one of my coaches, and he said, I need you to be very clear on the agents that you're looking to grow your business with. And he said, write out all of that. And I said, yeah, I have this. And he said, okay, good. I also want you to be very clear on the people you don't want to be in business with. And I thought that was interesting. He said, because when you get into a point of desperation, someone who is not the right fit, you try to make them fit into that mold. And if you have a clear direction of these are the people I want to work with, and these are the people I don't ever want to work with, it's going to be very clear. And as you're having interactions with people, you're going to be like, yeah, check. You're my clientele. You're my ideal client. Or thank you very much. I might not be the right agent. And like you're rightfully saying, Kelly, you might not be in a situation now where you can turn away clients, but Stephanie already said by standing up for herself and, having clear boundaries and saying no to certain things allows her to say yes to many more, and her clients respected that. So thank you so much, Kelly. Megan.
I can just encourage agents to start now. It's March. Set aside some money every month to do this. Ask the office to help you save towards this. It is the third time I've been, and it is so valuable. There's so much to learn. It's an opportunity really for us as agents, and it's an opportunity that I really wish every agent in our office would take. That's all I have to say.
Thank you so much, Megan. And the purpose of this panel discussion and a recap of Family Reunion, we know not everyone was able to attend Family Reunion, but for those of us who were there, we want to bring back as much information as possible. And now you have this information just like we received it. And it's what you do with it over the next 30 days, 60 days, and 90 days. Because like a lot of agents who are in the room or online listening to this, they might listen to it and say, oh yes, that was good, and choose not to do anything with it. And that might work for you. Or someone might just implement one thing and it will change their business. We all remember, like Megan, I'm sure I remember your first family reunion. And after that first family reunion, how many business sales and buyers and sellers you had after that, because you implemented that one thing. And all we're asking you based on all the conversation we had today, pick one thing to implement in your business. It would be ideal if you can implement 3 things, but if you can't, implement one thing. And that in itself can change your business. Thank you everyone for spending time with us, for being here with us, and sharing your hour with us. We truly appreciate you. Now let's go and win. Thank you everyone.
Awesome.
Bye
Thank
for now.
you.
Thank you.
It was really good, gang.
So much to say when you look at your notes. It's like so much. So much.
Yeah. And I think we've already put the notes of, we had our own notes at Family Reunion. We also tapped into other people who were at Family Reunion and we took their notes. And it is in a folder. We will have the front desk send you the link for that so you can check other people's notes. And to make it easy, just drop it into AI and say, hey, I'm focusing on this. What do I do today? Yeah, because it's a lot of notes. Guys, thanks again. Have an outstanding day. You too.